Welcome to Inside the Spin with Jay Finn and DJ Dex. And on this week's episode, we got my boy, Brandon Bostick, B. Man, that dude was like my little brother, and excited to have him on the show. And yeah, it's going to be a good show. What up, B?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good, bro. Man, thanks for being on the show, bro. And man, we got a lot to talk about. It was an exciting weekend of sports. And man,
Halloween.
Halloween, you dressing like the Grinch.
You dressing
man,
up.
I was the biggest unicorn in history, boy.
I see your costume.
Yeah, man. So, man, what you been up to, man? How's life?
It's been good, man. Just staying involved with football, coaching. That's about it. Living in Arizona. It's
Good,
always
man.
fun, so life's been good.
Yeah, good, bro. Yeah, I've been keeping up with you on whatever social media, and you, my boy. So we've been texting back and forth. You coaching now. You getting involved with kids. I see that you giving back for what
sure.
you learned in the game or whatnot. That's pretty interesting. That's good. And man, how's that going for you, man? How's things looking on that end?
It's good. Like ever since I got done playing, just been trying to figure out who I am besides football. 'Cause we always done football, so just trying to figure out life after football. So still staying involved with the game. Finished my degree, so I got that out the way. So like you said, just giving back, just sharing my knowledge and experiences from all the stuff that I've done, just giving back to the kids, just trying to show them the way, be a positive role model for the kids.
Absolutely. Dex, what you got for B, Dex?
Man, I mean, we were just going to touch on obviously coaching. Give a shout out to like where you're coaching at. As far as coaching, like what are you specifically doing? Obviously playing tight end in the league. Are you coaching mostly receivers and tight ends, or how's it working there?
I coach tight ends. I'm an assistant tight end coach. They already had a tight end coach there, so just me and another guy. But I'm just there kind of like a mentor, like a role model. Just just some of the guys just want to talk about football, whatever you have going, just like a role model. But still, I coach tight ends. So just helping them out with technique, footwork, and just stuff like that, and just whatever it takes to be a professional athlete on and off the field. These kids don't really know what it takes or how hard it is to get there. They just see what you see on TV.
Exactly.
Obviously, it's much bigger than that, but so I just try to show them the way to success.
That's awesome.
That's awesome, man. And the thing about that is that you've been there, you did it. You done been at the highest level. You had the high, you had the low, so you had the adversity, and man, and that's awesome, man. That you can go back and talk to them kids, and hopefully they can instill that into what they're doing in their everyday life and after football. Because, like we say, man, football don't last forever, which you and I know that. And man, it's one of those things where you got to actually go through it to know how to deal with it, but. To have you in the corner with them little kids, man, that's pretty awesome, man. That is great. And now, hey, we're gonna get to the Packer football. What you think about our boys and how they're playing, and the consistency and the coaching also on the defensive side and the offensive side? What's your input on that?
Man, I was watching the Packer game. It was a letdown for me. I mean, I'm sure all Packer fans, but as you know, all the division games are close. They're always going to be close, but I think the Packers just took them boys lightly. They probably look at their record, saw they was winning 5, or we just go out there and play. But as you know, every Sunday you got to line it up and play. So they took advantage of the Packers' weaknesses, stopping the run. So it's going to be tough. I think they play San Fran next, so they're going to have to really figure out how to stop the run.
Yeah,
in 2 or 3 days, because I think they play on Thursday. So they better figure out how to stop the run, because San Fran is last year. They played them in the playoffs and ran crazy on them. So I'm pretty sure they're going to try to do the same thing, especially after they saw what the Vikings did to them.
100%.
Absolutely. Yeah. What you got, Dex?
I mean, with Dalvin Cook yesterday, starting off the first half, I mean, we looked good. You obviously a short. It was kind of a very quick half with just being the 4 possessions.
Because they're running the ball. It's always like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you have the Packers scoring on their 2 drives. They obviously got that 3rd drive right before half where they just ran the clock out. But you're looking good offensively scoring on those first 2 drives. But Dalvin Cook on those Vikings first 2 drives gets 13 carries, already close to 100 yards in that first half, and running all over that Packers defense. So you're sitting there watching the game and you're like, damn, like you got to make adjustments at halftime.
A-Rod's on the sideline.
Yeah, because
You can see his face expression from a distance.
100%. Yeah, and he can't do shit on the sideline. And you're thinking they're going to make adjustments at the half, and they come back out and first play of second half.
That's what adjustments you want them to make.
I mean,
it's a run game. What thing?
Adjustment got to be. You got to come downhill and play ball.
Exactly. I'm looking at it like lineup wise. You're looking at Preston Smith 5 yards off the ball. It's like put these motherfuckers on the line.
Right.
I mean, they're having 2 down linemen on some of these plays. It's like you're ran all over.
So you saying it's personnel or coaching scheme?
Yeah,
I'm going with the coaching because coaching. You know me. Coaches put the guys in position to make plays. The game plan is big in the league, bro. Because you got such and such installs, and I mean to go through in the game plan. And so I think if you had the coach that can put it in place for these guys can play ball.
But I don't know how many years you was in Green Bay.
I played 6 in Green Bay.
How many years y'all stopped to run?
Never. You're right about that.
Run since we've been there.
Because we had that mindset, we're gonna score more than that. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
Put more points on the board.
That's what I'm saying. People saying it's scheme, but I'm like, when Dom was there, we couldn't stop the run. Got the new dude, you couldn't stop the run. Like only time y'all stopped the run, y'all had Raji. Like before I got there, y'all was stopping.
And that's what I say. You got to go get them boys. You got to go get somebody sloppy. That's gonna get you get all this finesse and dudes looking all like 9-9 from LA. It ain't like the game ain't like that. You got to go get a big absorbable that's gonna sit in the middle, real sloppy, and just get nasty. You gotta clog it up. You gotta clog that hole up.
You hear those JJ Watt rumors last week, and every Packers fan is on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, just going wild. Like, man, we got to go after and get this guy. And then now you see the shit from this week of just getting ran all over. We're like, man.
I thought last week they want a receiver. Now they want a D-tackle.
And that's the thing about
Fuller. Like, so, I mean.
That's the thing about Packer fans, man. One day you're here, the next day you're gone. So, hey, you better have your mind right when you come to Wisconsin and play football for the Packers. And that's the thing, man. The Packers do need to pull on a high dollar receiver. Because obviously,
who are you looking at?
I go get man.
They were talking Fuller
and the boys from Houston.
Yeah,
Fuller, Julio too old now. He running with that trailer on his back, so he ain't looking too good. I'll go young Fuller. You need somebody that's gonna blow the top off the top.
I would take Des Bryant. Take him off the Ravens practice.
Nah.
Look at that.
I'll take whoever.
We might as well go get James Jones then.
Love James Jones.
No, man. So with the injuries the Packers have with Jones, Bakhtiari, man, that was key injuries. And
you think so?
Them very key with Bakhtiari in the blind side.
I didn't think they was putting them. I didn't see them putting that much pressure on them. Man, I don't think it's that big of a difference.
Yeah,
like they were attacking them.
You're right, but and like the run game looked at. You know what I mean, it looked at okay. But I like 30
running the ball better than Aaron Jones.
Who is that?
Jamal.
30. Yeah, Jamal. He run hard. Like
he runs hard.
So you know, like when winter, like in the cold month, like you need that big, that big bruiser at running back for the November and December game.
That's going to give you that nickel and dime.
Yeah. We touched on that last week with Jamal. Obviously, just the way that he finishes runs too. I mean, he's not getting pushed back.
Yeah.
Or ever finishing a run. He's finishing the run and going to extra yard. But yeah, I mean,
I just think Jones is opening up the defense got a game. Defensive coordinator got a game plan for Aaron Jones. So I think that's the biggest difference. He's gonna be in motion.
Yeah.
He's gonna be catching passes. He's gonna be running the ball. He's gonna be in the slot. I think that's the biggest difference with him.
Yeah,
that is, man. I like that
too. Obviously, at the end of the game, going down the last drive, he's catching 2-3 balls out of the backfield, which is obviously they're playing loose coverage and then just.
But that's another thing I like about the Packers. Like they always short. Like they don't ever, like you said, they need Will Fuller. They need someone who can
blow the top off that thing.
Yeah, for sure.
And when we was there, when we was there, we had 8-7 blowing the top off
for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, yesterday you look at Equanimous St. Brown with 2 straight drops, where those are those plays where you have the guy like stretching the field.
Yeah, but what number? Like what?
Making the play?
He's like 4th string receiver.
That's what I'm saying.
You just better hit them. Come on, man.
Hey, you gotta know Dax, he a Packer fan. He want to make it happen.
That's why they need to go out and get these other players because that's who you have.
Yeah.
Right now. I mean, Devontae Adams, like
when Lazard coming back?
He's out for the rest of the year.
Absolutely. I was saying he had 6 to 8. Absolutely.
I thought he had like I thought he was.
And let's go back to that the 6 to 8 weeks and guys putting numbers on injuries. And I heard about his injury. I was like, man, you better put him to rest. Done. You heard me?
Declan. So who they starting receivers?
Huh?
They got it.
Who they starting receivers? 17.
They have Devontae, they have St. Brown, and they
Scanlon.
MVS.
And who else?
Yes.
And Malik Taylor, rookie. You have Sternberger, you have Tanyan, tight ends, and then I'm forgetting one more.
Exactly. Yeah, so we and the thing is, we just starting to call him by numbers now. That is not good.
It'd be a household name out there.
That's your three is Devontae, MVS, Malik Taylor, and then obviously Lazard is a huge one. He's going to be out because I'm pretty sure he had surgery.
Yes, he had surgery.
Month and a half, which you put him at a month and a half. I mean, we're going to be pushing the end of the season by the time he's back. But those are the guys that Rodgers needs.
Yep.
When he's trying to make plays, he's going to be getting down to finding another offensive weapon for him. Yeah. And obviously, defensively, I look at it on paper, and we have the guys. I mean, you have Savage. You're going to get Kevin King back.
So they got 97. Clark was it?
Kenny Clark, exactly. Okay. So defensively, I look at the players, and we have the people. I mean, you got 2 rookie linebackers with Chris Barnes, Kamal Martin,
and Martin. Yeah.
Like you look at the Preston Smith, Zadarius Smith, 2 studs. Jair Alexander, Adrian Amos, 2 studs. Kevin is a fucking great corner. Savage. So, like, literally, I mean, defensively, I can name every player, and they're all good players.
Yeah.
And then we still get torched by Dalvin Cook the entire game. So, I mean, for you guys, what do you guys look at it? Obviously, if you're sitting on the sideline watching the defense get torched, one, like, how demoralizing is it watching it, and you're like, damn, now we got to go out there and we got to score because our defense just gave up back-to-back touchdowns.
Right.
So, I mean, what do you guys think looking at it?
Man, like I said, me and B, we play on one of the greatest receiving corps on turf. You know what I mean? And running to the sideline and seeing our defense get torched, and we're like, man, look here, we got to go out here and put some points on the board. Mm-hmm. And we had one of the best offenses of all time. So and didn't get to the, you know what I mean, get to the peak as far as the Super Bowl. So and seeing these guys play like the way they playing right now, as far as stopping the run and getting beat by a team like Minnesota, that looks very that don't look too promising in this season they got going. So I think the Packers GM, I think you got to put some pressure on the scouting too, because as far as the draft and stuff like that, who's pulling that trigger to make the draft calls and the stuff like that. So you can't just blame
that earlier.
You can't blame the head coach. Let's go to now the scouting. Let's go to the.
They were saying how was Green Bay 2020 draft class hasn't been productive at all. Mm-hmm. Like the draft first round quarterback. Who's the second pick?
Second pick was
well, the dudes that they picked ain't been producing.
Right, and that's the whole thing. I think it's bypassed the head coaches in pretty much every organization. Let's go down to the scouting department and check them guys.
Personnel department.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. The Packers got an early week this week with a Thursday night game against the San Francisco 49ers, and they're going out there to the West Coast now. So what you think them guys going to do against this run offense and our defense struggling the way they're struggling?
Personally, I was just thinking about it playing San Fran. San Fran like to run the ball and play action, so man, it's gonna be tough. And they got Kittle. I don't know.
You can run that good old play action.
That's what I'm saying. The play action and run game is gonna be big this week. So hopefully, they look at the film. I think you need to start blitzing more. Start blitzing
Yes.
Jimmy G. Blitz Jimmy G, stop the run, stop the pass. That's the only way you're going to really beat them. And you definitely going to have to score. I think San Fran's starting to get their dudes back. They still got a solid defense. So it's going to be a tough game, and it's going to be big mentally. And San Fran feel like they can just run out. I mean, you know how it goes. Like you beat them last year, you feel like you can do it again. So it's going to be big mentally. It's definitely going to be a big week for the Packers. Like you said during the break, I don't even know if they're practicing right now. So it's going to be real big that they figured out what to do. They fighting COVID, and they're gonna have to beat the run game this week.
Absolutely, Coach. Head coach Green Bay came out today and said, "It ain't no secret what San Fran's gonna do to us this week. They're gonna pound the ball." I mean, so he knows what they're gonna do also. So Green Bay got to get their mind made up, come in there and play Packer football and come downhill. It's time to the finesse game over with.
Yeah. I mean, obviously on a short week. Garoppolo got hurt yesterday. Kittle got hurt yesterday. So as much as it sucks that they're injured, Packers are going to need those players out. Not making.
Are Packers getting their players back? Bakhtiari, Jones.
I don't even know anymore. I thought Aaron Jones was going to be good coming into like this past week, and then
he missed 2 games. He missed
You know the game, man. They rolled over Houston, so they thought they can buy one, get another week here without him. But the game don't work like that.
Yeah,
it's going to get going as play ball. And like I said, man, they got a big test coming up this week, and they're going to have to come out and play the football that everybody know they can play.
They're playing in San Fran.
Yeah, in San Fran. Not sure if San Fran has fans or not. Obviously, I would assume that plays a little bit of a role, but all the stadiums are going to be pumping fan noise, whatever, into it. But coming on a short week, how do you guys handle? I mean, if you're in this situation right now, you're coming off a loss, probably
COVID.
not. Yeah, and then you get the news today. AJ Dillon has COVID. So for me, I'm like, all right, if he's got it, a bunch of these other players are going to come out,
absolutely,
and possibly have it too. So then you start thinking, is this Thursday game even going to happen? But I mean, for you guys, like, what are you prepping on a short week? You got to be out to San Fran in a day or two, and then be ready to play again against another tough team who is also coming off a loss. I mean, they just lost to Seattle last night. I mean, what are you guys doing? How are you prepping for it?
Man, this is a game where you just got to get your mind wrapped around it. That we just got to go out. Of course, you're going to be a little bit of nicked up, banged up, mindset all messed up because you just lost to a divisional team, and you got a short week where you're groggy, tired. It's cold in Green Bay right now. Also,
a lot of Cali Tuesday tomorrow,
and that was like I said. I was never tripping when I had to go to West Coast. So that's one of my favorite places because that's where you get that energy. West Coast has got that energy. But other than that, man, these guys just got to go in and with the mindset of is just like I said, just let's play the ball you know you can play. What you think about that, B?
I agree with everything you said. Like you said, it's gonna be a short week. I doubt they practice because usually when we play Thursday games, we didn't have. you probably practice one day install.
Yeah,
but you still banged up, like you said. So it's probably a lot of rest and recovery this week, but probably a lot of film and game plan. But like you said, it's probably gonna be just a mindset game, man on man.
Yep.
Like whoever gonna play the most physical probably is gonna win. So hopefully the Packers come ready to play Thursday. It's a big game, so
Absolutely. Hey man, I want to thank Brandon Bostick for coming on the spin with DJ Dex and I. Man, it was awesome, man. Anytime you're ready to come on, you're welcome. And man, it was awesome, man. Having you on. You always know you're my dog. And go Pack, go.
For sure, bro. It's good seeing you. Good seeing you too, Declan. Hey, Declan trying to come out to Scottsdale. He's gonna be a Scottsdale boy soon. So.
Right, we're coming out.
Yeah, we gonna get
man.
Shit.
Don't do it.
You got a little girlfriend out here.
Kevin Cock and I come out there, man. We're coming out there, have some fun.
We'll turn you into a Cardinals fan. Cardinals and Packers.
I don't know about that.
No, you already know when you're a Packer fan, it ain't no other way.
No other team. That's all you know.
I'm a Kyler.
You know.
Kyler Murray's he's a stud, man, but I
can't do it.
I can't go full Cardinals.
Hey man, hey, appreciate you for coming on, my man. And yeah, we'll be back in touch soon.
Good seeing you, bro.
All right, bro.
You too, dog.
Where my dogs at? We right here, dog. Where my dogs at? We right here, dog. Where my dogs at? We right here, dog.
Dogs of the week. I'm gonna let DJ Dex tell y'all the dogs of the week.
So we're kicking it off. Hate to do it, but we got to put Dalvin Cook roasting the Packers, 4 touchdowns. I mean,
Yep.
he was a dog this week. 3 rushing touchdowns, the 1 receiving touchdown where he took a little 2-yard screen pass and went 50 yards.
Took it to the crib.
Yeah, a lot of bad tackling, but I mean, he's the dog of the week this week. Aside from that, our man DK Metcalf is back.
He did it again.
Man, the guy had 160, 2 touchdowns.
Wow.
And one of the touchdowns, you look at his play, he beats everyone to the sideline, and you're looking at the replay, and you're like, man, no way is he staying in bounds, making this angle. One of these guys got to tackle him, right? He gets to the corner, turns it, and goes to the house.
To the crib.
And at his size, running as fast as he can, I mean, it's week after week. Where you look at last week where he's hunting down Buda Baker, and now he's just right back at it this week. And
man, like that guy's body just like he's flam. You can tell he's like not. He just like I don't know if he's doing yoga, Pilates. He's doing something that's helping his game out. But the cat looks really good. He looks really good. Who else? Who else we got for our dog of the week, Dex?
Chase Claypool, Pittsburgh Steelers coming out with a big win against the Ravens. And it's almost like Ben has found his new favorite target. I mean, you got Juju, but Chase Claypool is making a name for himself, man.
Making a name for himself.
Picking up a big win against Lamar and the Ravens. Steelers only undefeated team, man. They're looking good. And Ben is, I don't know if he's rejuvenated after injuries last year. But yeah, I mean, they're coming to play, and they're making a name for themselves as the top dogs of the NFL.
Absolutely. Who we got for our next dog of the week, DJ Dex?
Justin Herbert, the Chargers, the LA Chargers. I still call still call him San Diego all the time, man. But he had a dime, Mike Williams, and he's picking it up too. And then another one we got to touch on, our dog Tua coming in first start.
Tua. Yes,
throws his first touchdown of his career, and Dolphins pick up a nice win with their new quarterback, man.
Yeah, and the dude came out, man. I just saw the energy in the guy's face. I saw what his heart was made of, and he was jacked out there. He was ready to go. He looked excited, and that's what you want from your beginner quarterback or your rookie quarterback, to come in and just play with a lot of energy and excitement and look like you got some confidence on you. And Tua's doing that very well. And he's in our dog of the week.
For the Dolphins,
that's our dog of the week.
Oh yeah, for sure. And for the Dolphins, that gives them a whole different dynamic at quarterback. I mean, you go from Fitzpatrick, who's not moving, doing anything special in the pocket, and now you put Tua back there, who's going to be a completely different quarterback. Give a little energy to them and put a dog back there.
Absolutely.
So getting back into it from the NFL standpoint, switching over to NCAA, obviously Wisconsin canceling their game after about 19 people and their coach catch COVID, which in a shortened Big Ten only conference season is huge. Can't miss out on any of these games. I mean, you're missing out on one game. Now you're going to be down to 7. Who knows what's going to happen this week? Coming to the end of the year, you when you're trying to talk college football playoffs and you're only playing 7 games as opposed to a team like Clemson, Bama, Notre Dame, who are going to have 13, it's kind of hard to argue your standpoint. But yeah, I mean, as far as Big Ten, Ohio State coming out with a big dominating win against Penn State. And then switching over to your boys, Texas,
Yeah,
with a huge win against number 6
huge.
Oklahoma State.
Man, and like I said before we started this show, man, if Texas didn't get that W, Herman was going to be on a first class flight out of Austin the next morning, probably the next night. But like I said, first of all, that was a huge win.
Yep.
Kudos to Texas, hook 'em, and man, these boys. Hopefully they got that momentum where they can just take off and do what the Eyes of Texas, Eyes of Texas, that's what they want. You got to win 10 plus games here to be able to, you know what I mean, to be able to stand up and be that Texas team that all of them have came through and been.
And that's the crazy thing in bigger conferences and bigger schools like that. Obviously, Texas, when you think college football, is probably one of the top 10 schools that you think of as like a powerhouse in college football throughout time. Where almost if you're having these 8-9 win seasons and it's not enough, it's not up to like Texas standard. But yeah, I mean, Sam Ehlinger played well. Yeah, played well. 3 touchdowns. And then you have Moore, their star receiver, not catching a single pass,
not one,
until the end of the game with that last one. Coming up big when you guys needed it.
Yes, and it's just going to tell you, man, how like the athletes that's just come through Texas. And the thing is, man, going to Oklahoma State, that's a tough place to go play, because for the preparation, it ain't nothing there. Yeah, when you fly into the city, so that's tough for the kids. And it's just a place of just like it ain't nothing. It's just dead. So you got to create your own energy at them type of places. And the kids, they done a great job. I saw the energy on the sideline from the Texas Longhorns staff, everybody who stood on the sideline, and that was pretty refreshing to see also. And I thought my boys, they done pretty well. They done really well. And I'm very concerned about that, and Wisconsin and all the things they got going, because if you think about it, the kids, how are these kids going to get film? You know what I mean, for the next level and things like that. So that's going to be a huge concern coming up here pretty soon.
Yeah, I mean, that was our biggest thing at the start of the season. When you're talking about not having a football season, and people are like, oh, well, I mean, they shouldn't have it. It's going to be whatever, this and this. It's like the biggest thing for me is the recruiting standpoint of these players having the opportunity to go to the next level, where if you're not playing this year,
right,
and you're sitting out this year, all these players that might have an opportunity to shine on the field, where let's say they didn't play last year, or they got 1 year of eligibility left and they're trying to make their case to go to the next level and play the NFL, and they lose out on that opportunity. And that's something that Travis Beckham and I talked about, where he's like, yo, like, it's huge just to you know who's going to show up and have these couple good games and put their name on the map of these NFL scouts, and have that opportunity to be drafted, to get invited to a combine, to do something where they need it.
So. Yeah, and that's the big thing, man. And like I said, I feel bad for the guys that have to go through this little COVID crap that's going on. But like I say, when you get the chance, get film, do what you have to do, and man, seize every moment that you get from here on out. Obviously, this little pandemic showed all of us around the country that seize every moment that we have, and everything else will take care of itself.
100%, yeah.
I want to thank you guys for joining the spin with me and Dex. Man, this episode 3 has been awesome, and we got big plans in store. And man, I want to thank you guys for joining us, and go Pack Go.
On to a short week. Let's get it.
Let's go.